Slight change in gears now, looking towards the material space. And graphene, being dubbed the wonder material, is the thinnest and strongest material in the world, which can be used in a range of products from batteries to mobile phones. But the cost to produce it in commercial quantities has been exponential, at least until it seems. ASX-listed Talga Resources has come up with a new technique to liberate graphene from rocks in just one step. For more on the technique and the technology behind it, Talga Resources CEO Mark Thompson joins us now from our Perth studio. Mr. Thompson, thanks very much for your time today. So my understanding is it used to be about 12, 13 steps. You've got it down to one step to get graphene out from rocks. How?
Yeah, we've actually scoured the world to find a special rock. So the key is actually finding the piece of the earth that you can convert into graphene by finding a natural electrode in the ground, something that we can run an electric current through and get the graphene out in a single step straight from our rock.
So mining is generally somewhat a volume game, particularly in low price environments. So how readily available, how much of this particular type of rock is there?
We've got enough for 20 years outlined at the moment and potentially more than a 100-year supply. We mine it in northern Sweden and currently are trucking it down to Germany for processing, but it seems to be the only rock we've been able to find across the world that is able to liberate graphene in this single step straight from the ground.
And what is the going market price for graphene at the moment?
It's one of the most expensive materials on Earth. You can find it costing from anywhere from $100 million per tonne and down. We're proposing pricing in the range between $1,600 and $55,000 a tonne, which makes it much more valuable than natural graphite, but also capable of being used in far more larger volume markets.
And what is your cash cost, your production cost?
In a scoping we published late last year, the costs were under $500 a tonne, but of course this will be optimised as we continue to scale up our processing towards full-scale production in a couple of years' time.
Well, I was going to ask a minute, how far away do you think you are from first shipment?
Well, we're actually currently shipping samples from a pilot plant that we've built in Germany, and we've got a 2-year ramp-up where we continue expanding the scale of that pilot plant to being one of the largest graphene producers in Europe, and then on to full-scale production, which would be one of the largest in the world the following year.
Goodness. And what is it used for? What is the strongest, most expensive material used for?
Something that's 200 times stronger than steel, weight for weight, and is still transparent and flexible and is the most conductive material on Earth. It's hard to describe just how many applications it can change, from paints and coatings on the outside of buildings that can work like LED lighting, all the way through to new biomedical applications, superconductive materials at room temperature. Predominantly it's about making almost every material in the world better, stronger, or capable of having an electric current, which means you can have a transistor built into materials that are currently doing nothing today.
And in terms of competition in this space, is there a lot, and is there anyone around your level of cost on the cost curve?
No, not for cost and volume. Talga Resources is aiming to be the largest and lowest cost producer in the world, and this is sort of an advantage that's a natural advantage of ours that is you can't steal or duplicate in the ground. But there's currently about 140 companies worldwide, mostly universities, that are attempting to make the material, and companies are really lining up to use larger and larger volumes of it for their new products. And
for Talga Resources, I mean, what does the future hold, and what has investor reaction been like to obviously what looks to be at least a sizable milestone?
Sure. Well, it was only just over a year ago we discovered we had this unique processing ability, which gives us this scale and cost difference to our peers. And since then, the company's, I think, about 4 to 5 times larger, with a market cap of about $50 million. We've got a long way to go from probably attaining the value that you could have by supplying these really large material markets. So we've just announced a big deal with Tata, the Tata Group, which is the first of what we believe will be many end-user type commercial agreements over the next year.
I'm very excited. Look, Mr. Thompson, appreciate you joining us today. Thank you.
No worries. Cheers.
And that's it for the show for this week. Thanks very much for watching.